Hello my dear students, welcome to the next lecture in analog electronics. In this lecture let us discuss voltage divider biasing of JFET AC equivalent circuit. Then we will just quickly go through the common source amplifier and its equivalent circuit in order to get a complete understanding of the JFET common drain amplifier or the source follower circuit. So voltage divider biasing of JFET, we will go through the common source DC analysis. Before that, let us review the general relationships that can be applied to the DC analysis of JFET amplifier. Ig equal to 0, Id equal to Is, and Id is equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by VPD whole square, which is the Shockley equation. Okay, so the drain current is equal to source current. Now this is the voltage divider biasing arrangement for a common source amplifier. This is similar to your common emitter amplifier. Instead of collector you have the drain here, instead of base you have the gate terminal, and instead of emitter you have the source, and the input is applied through a coupling capacitor C1. You have the source resistor bypass capacitor Cs, and C2 is the output coupling capacitor. And the potential divider biasing arrangement, you have R1 and R2 here, and RD is the drain resistance and RS is the source resistance connected. Now this network, when redrawn for DC analysis, you get something like this. So here you have the potential divider biasing arrangement R1 and R2. Since Ig equal to 0, you can see that this Vg is equal to and this potential divider arrangement will give you Vg equal to VDD into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. And if you apply Kirchhoff's voltage law in this particular loop, you have Vg minus Vgs minus the drop across the source resistance in the source across the source to from source to ground, you have Rs. So Vrs is equal to 0. So Vgs is equal to Vg minus Vrs. If you substitute this Vrs is equal to ISRS, or which is equal to IDRS, you get an equation like this. VGS is equal to Vg minus IDRS. Now, if you sketch the network equation for the voltage divider configuration, you have this VGS is equal to Vg minus IDRS, and when you put Id equal to 0 milliampere, you get VGS is equal to Vg, and when Id is equal to Vg by Rs, you get when Vg is equal to 0, you get Id equal to Vg by Rs. So that is how you can plot the load line here. Okay, so the drain current is the output and VGS is the input, and this is the transfer characteristics. You have the transfer chara between the input and output. It is already available, and when you plot the DC load line with Vg, you can join this VGS is equal to Vg at Id equal to 0, and when Vg is equal to 0, you have Id equal to Vg by Rs. Okay, so these two terminals if you join and if you extend the DC load line, you get the operating point for this particular configuration, the intersection of the DC load line with the transfer chara. Now increasing the value of this Rs will result in the quiescent point to come downwards. For quiescent values of this Id will be decreasing, and this is the slope will be like this for Rs1 greater than Rs2. Once the Q points are determined, then the remaining equations are the equations which you are already familiar with. VDS is equal to VDD minus ID into RD plus RS. This is by applying simple Kirchhoff's voltage law from drain to source. Then VD is equal to VDD minus ID RD, and Vs is equal to ID RS. IR1 is equal to the potential divider resistors. Current through them is equal to, they are both equal. IR1 equal to IR2 is equal to VDD by R1 plus R2, since Ig equal to 0. Now small signal analysis of JFET. For that, you should first remember that the gate to source voltage controls the drain to source current of a JFET. So this voltage is controlling the output current, The change in drain current that will result from change in gate to source voltage. You know this factor, transconductance factor Gm. It is relating the output to input, or Gm is equal to delta ID by delta VGS. This is the output, this is the input. Now the JFET input impedance is assumed to be and it is the input terminal assumed to be an open circuit because it is sufficiently large or close to infinity, since the input impedance is close to infinity, and the output impedance can be found out from this characteristics of JFET. For a constant VGS, if you find out the ratio of delta VDS to delta ID, keeping this VGS constant, you will get the RD for that particular condition, or the output impedance. Now if you draw the JFET AC equivalent circuit, just like you have drawn the H parameter equivalent circuit of BJT, here you can relate the input and output in this manner. The input is impedance is represented by an open circuit. It is very close to infinity. So this is the open circuit representing the input. So input is from gain to source. You have taken the source to be common here. The output impedance by the resistor RD, you can see it is the output impedance, which is RD from drain to source. And you, as we have already discussed, this is represented by a current source. Current is flowing from drain to source, and it is equal to Gm into VGS. So this VGS is the voltage across these two terminals, VGS. Okay, so this is the equivalent circuit of JFET. So now if you consider the voltage divider bias configuration, that is for we are first discussing about common source because you are already familiar with such a configuration from the BJT analysis, and we can extend our discussion to common source, common drain or source follower amplifier as per your syllabus. So here you see the input is given, Vi is the input, Zi is the input impedance seen from the input, and this output is as you observe from the output side, this output impedance Z0 and V0 is the output is taken across the drain. Please note that the output is taken just like you are taking the output across the collector, you are taking the output across the drain here, and you can see the source VDD and R1, R2 and RD and RS here. Now AC equivalent circuit, if we try to draw, the first thing is we have to short the DC source and short the capacitors. So DC source is shorted to ground, so you get R1, R2, and then if you replace the JFET with its equivalent circuit, you have this open circuit across the gate to source, and drain, you have the drain resistor, and this RD, this is RS, sorry. No, this is not RS, this is small RD. This written mistake. RS will be short circuited because of this RS bypassed by this capacitor CS. So this won't come into picture in the AC equivalent circuit. Instead you have the if you replace this JFET with its equivalent circuit, you have small RD here, which is the output impedance of the JFET. So these resistors, if you further redraw the circuit, you will get R1 parallel to R2, and you have the open circuit at the input of the VJT, that is VGS is applied to the input terminal, and GMVS current source, then RD parallel to the drain resistor RD. This is the output impedance of the JFET. Okay, so ultimately the final for this particular voltage divider configuration, what are the input impedance and the output impedance? Here input you have R1 and R2 which are connected in parallel. So the input impedance will be equal to R1 parallel to R2. Z0 is found out by setting Vi to 0, and this will set VGS and GM VGS to 0, or Z0 will be equal to RD parallel to this per capital RD. So for RD greater than 10 times the value of RD, this is the output impedance of the JFET. This Z0 will be approximately equal to RD, or the drain resistance, this drain resistance. Okay. This VA equal to 0 condition, if you check here, you see this VA equal to 0 means you are putting this to ground. If this is kept to ground, then this VGS and GM VGS will be equal to 0. Now, if you want to find the voltage gain of the circuit, this VGS is equal to VI. You can see that VGS is equal to VI. These 2 points are the same. So VGS is equal to VI, and V naught is equal to minus GM VGS RD parallel to RD. If you take the ratio, this GMVS is a current source, and the current source direction you can see it is downward. So V naught is equal to negative of GMVGS into RD parallel to RD. So AV will be the ratio of output voltage to input voltage, and you will get an expression like this if you take the ratio. That is minus GM RD parallel to capital RD, and if RD is greater than 10 times RD, again the ratio becomes equal to minus GM times RD. Next we'll see the JFET common drain amplifier or the source follower. As we have seen, as we have already gone through the emitter follower, you will see that in the emitter follower the output is taken across the emitter. Similarly, here across the source the output will be taken, not across the drain but across the source. So this is V naught, and the V in is applied to the gate terminal, and you have the potential divider biasing arrangement. You have R1 and R2. Okay. Now this is given, this JFET common drain amplifier will provide unity gain with no inversion. Actually, similar to common emitter amplifier, for the common source also you can see this negative sign for voltage gain, which means there is an inversion for the output voltage or 180-degree phase shift. Now here there is no inversion. So if you replace the parallel combination of R1 and R2 with RG, this is RG, which is the parallel combination of R1 R2, because when you draw the AC equivalent, you are shorting this DC source to ground, and then this R1 will become parallel to R2, and that is represented by RG, and this blue portion is indicating the JFET equivalent. So the JFET equivalent, as we have already discussed, you have open circuit, then GM VGS, and the output resistance RD of the output impedance RD of the JFET. So this across the source the output is taken, isn't it? So RS is there, and there is no capacitance parallel to RS to bypass, because you are taking the output across the source, and the capacitor is coupling the output terminal, that is there is no DC component coming to the output. So RS will come into picture here. So RS is there and RD is there. There is no capital RD, because here you see the drain is directly connected to the voltage source. So here if you simply rearrange the circuit, you see this is the source and this is ground and this is ground as well. So this RD can be considered to be parallel to this RS. So if you redraw the circuit, then the source, if you bring to the top, you are taking the output across V0, and the drain is already connected to the ground. You are doing the AC analysis. So input will remain like this, VI, RG, and you have VGS and GM VGS. The current source will be inverted because drain is here now. This is drain. We have redrawn the circuit, bringing the drain down and took the source up. So the direction of current has changed to this side. So drain to source, the current is flowing. We have just changed the representation, and VGS is from gate to source. So this is the source is common now, and you have the RD and RS connected to ground from the source. That is what is drawn here. RD is connected from the source to ground. This drain is ground, and RS is connected from source to ground, and you have just redrawn the circuit. So here you see the input impedance Zi is nothing but Rg, which is a parallel combination of R1 and R2. What about the output impedance? You have Rs, Rd and this current source here. So setting Vi to 0, what will happen? Here you see this Vi, if you set to 0, this is like this terminal is going to ground, isn't it? If you set Vi to ground, Vi to 0. So this voltage across this current source will be this minus VGS now. This is connected to ground. Okay, so minus VGS will come across the current source. The gate terminal will be connected directly to the ground. So, and here you have RD and RS here. And V0 is equal to minus VGS here. You can observe that. This terminal is same as this terminal. So, and this terminal is same as this terminal, which means V naught equal to minus VGS. Now, if you apply the Kirchhoff's current law at node S, at this particular node, this current is entering this junction, this I naught is coming, but at the same time they have current flowing through ID, that is through RD and RS. That is V naught by RS and V naught by RD. So here you get I naught plus Gm VGS equal to IRD plus IRS, and you substitute the expressions and form a relation between I naught and V naught. So I naught you will get it as equal to V naught into 1 by RD plus 1 by RS plus Gm. Okay. So this VGS you have replaced with minus V naught here. Okay. Now what is Z naught? If you got V naught and I naught, then what is Z naught? Is the ratio of V naught to I naught. And if you write down the expression for this I naught from here, this V naught expression, you get something like this: 1 by RD plus 1 by RS plus Gm, and this is nothing but the parallel combination of these three resistances or impedances. So what is the output impedance? It is a parallel combination of RD to RS to 1 by Gm. If RD is greater than 10 times RS, then this expression becomes Z naught is equal to RS parallel to 1 by Gm. Now if you find the voltage gain of the common source amplifier, you will get V naught is equal to, what is V naught? It is Gm VGS into RD parallel to RS. You can see that from this circuit. What is V naught? This RD is parallel to RS. So, and Gm VGS is the current. This is the current, and you will get an expression like this for V naught. Now if you apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law around the perimeter of the network, which perimeter you are going to apply? This VI, this perimeter, the VI, this perimeter, if you try to apply, you have VI, VGS and V naught. This point is same as this point, so the voltage across this is V naught. Okay, so if you apply across the perimeter, you get an expression like this: VI is equal to VGS plus V naught. And if you find the expression for VGS, it is VI minus V naught. Now in this expression, if you substitute for VGS, what do you get? V naught is equal to Gm into Vi minus V naught into RD parallel to RS. You rearrange this expression and find a relation between V naught and Vi. You can rewrite the expressions. Then if you write the expression for V naught by Vi, you will get the voltage gain as Gm into RD parallel to RS divided by 1 plus Gm into RD parallel to RS. So this, if this term is very large, then this term is close to unity. Or if you can neglect this one, this term will become equal to unity, but it won't come equal to unity. This AV will be given by V naught by Vi is equal to Gm RS. If RD is 10 times greater than RS, then you can consider this to be this parallel combination to be equal to RS, or Gm RS divided by 1 plus Gm RS is the voltage gain expression. Here you can see that there is no inversion, there is no negative sign, or there is no 180-degree phase shift between the input and output, but this source follower is offering high input impedance for the input signal, and this can be used as a buffer circuit. So the source follower is also giving the output is almost equal to the input signal. So with this I am stopping the discussion on voltage divider biasing based common drain source follower JFET amplifier. Thank you.